Anyways, we have Huns versus Burgundians. Now, Burgundians kind of struggle against Cav archers. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Burgundians is probably the worst civ here. And on an open map like Arabia, Huns is really good. So, they are going to be able to play the open map fairly well. And, yeah, the right side of the map is Black Forest. Yeah, like, look at all this forest. It's quite a lot of forest over here. This is like Highland or something. Like, look at the cliffs as well. Crazy. But then this side is like a little more barren. There's this stone in the corner. But anyways, let's take a look at things that actually matter. Like the gold and berries positioning. So we have forward gold, but not so bad. Fairly easy wall off. Back berries is always nice, and honestly, like, you go in front of this gold, you go to the TC, you go to this wood line, you go up here, and then, like, maybe to the edge of the map here, and you have back stone, you have gold protected, you have berries, like, 2 wood lines, kind of. Even this wood line in the back, like, pretty good. Estia gets a gifted sub. You're gaming. Okay, so looking at the opponent's map, he's got forward berries, forward-ish, like, it's in the back, but it's, like, really exposed. Honestly, your map's way better than your opponent's. Imagine, like, 2 towers here, and then he's dead. Look at the wood. So, disgusting. So, this is, like, if you scout this early, this is a map where you think to yourself, okay, well, towers, aggression, it's gonna be good. But Huns is usually going to be the aggressor. That's just how it works, and this matchup, yeah, like, as Burgundians, you might be up a little later because you get double bit axe right away. So, I mean, you can get up on 20. Okay, these houses make no sense. Why are we making the houses in the back of the base? What are you doing? Like, why? Just use a woodcutter and build them here. This is, like, kind of bad. Like, it's not even protecting the berries. He's not coming from this side. If it was going to protect the berries, it'd be, like, on this side, potentially. But, like, here. So you haven't really scouted, so you don't really know how you're gonna play the map. You've scouted some things, but these sheep need to be scouting right to the edge, because when you're gonna be making walls, you want to know where the edge of the wood line is. So you want to know basically like all the way down here, because you want to get the walls like a bit further, because then if he tries to break, you can make another layer of walls here. If you make him here, then he can put archers behind, but if you put him here, his archers have to stay here. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay. You're just gonna push more deer? Okay. I mean, scouting's kind of good. Since we have all this information from just watching the replay, we know that if you had scouted this opponent, and you kind of had this way of thinking of, wow, he has 2 wood lines. Well, you only have 2 wood lines too. Well, you kind of have 3. I guess he kind of has 3 as well, but it's kind of far. But if you see 2 wood lines like this, you know he's gonna go for these wood lines. Towers is pretty strong here. But you are going to push the Zir, and you're just going to defend, which is kind of what you expect to do in this matchup anyways, is defend. But, I mean, how are you going to defend with a house like this, though? Like, you need to be actually thinking about walling with every single building. Ooh, that's inefficiency. Inefficiency. Wait. I guess you just don't notice that you have, like, 10 guys trying to take from 1 deer? Oh, boy. What happened here? Okay, whatever, it's fine. Second lumber camp over here? What are you gonna do? We'll see. Should consider towering more. Yeah, the thing is when towering isn't good, it's, like, really bad. So, yeah, you kind of have to be careful with towering, because sometimes it can be really bad. But you need to... I mean, you kind of have to fail a few times to realize when it's good and when it's bad, though. So, yeah, you just have to get used to it. Would it be better to go crossbowmen as Burgundians versus CA? Potentially, yeah. You definitely don't want to play knights in this matchup, because you know he's going to go CA. So, I think that playing crossbowmen could be fine as an opening. Obviously, eventually you want to get it to the Custelier, because they're basically just cheap paladins. So that can work really well, but even in the late game, you're going to struggle against Huns, so you kind of want to make something happen in the mid game, and going for crossbowmen is one way to just make something happen. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, but you move them away. He didn't have enough vills under his CC to kill you. So that was a little lucky. Opponent also kind of walling weird. For some reason, he's like not protecting his berries. He's prioritizing the place that obviously you're not going to come from, instead of like just walling where it actually makes sense to wall, like in front of the berries. So that's kind of good for you. Oh, he's placing a random stable back here too. You're never going to scout that though, but it is in the back. Chishu shooting arrows should cost wood. No. Can you imagine? That would be not fun. Okay. You did kind of idle your TC for way too long this game. I don't know what happened, but your opponent did a really good, really clean Dark Age, actually, with 0 idle TC. I mean, he's Huns, but still, keeping the TC running. That's what you kind of expect closer to, like, 1800 play. Well, probably Feudal Age is going to fall apart a little bit here. But, yeah, I mean, we're idling the TC here, which really can't happen. That's, like, 2 vills already. I don't know what we're doing here. Like, what are you focused on, actually? I don't really know what you were focused on there, but, we need to pay a little more attention. Okay, if you're gonna wall like this, you need to wall way earlier. Like, way earlier. And also, I don't think you scouted properly. Yeah, I mean, obviously going to the edge here is better than doing this. Yeah, I mean, I would have made just a smaller walls, like, just to here. Because if you think about it, okay, if you control this and this, what do you get? You're not going to go for stone in this matchup. You don't need this wood line because you have the other wood lines. So why make the walls so far out? It's a lot easier to defend if you make them a little closer. Just like here. And, of course, that costs you less. It's just kind of better. So we're going scouts into scouts. Now, Huns is kind of walling way too much. This Huns player should have been way more aggressive. And you would have just died, right? Like, you got behind. Okay, that was fine. 1 for 1. Huns, he could have gone scouts into archers. That could have been okay. Like, really good, actually. But, I mean, imagine if he had just made 4 scouts like he's supposed to and just ran into your base. You're actually so late to these walls. You should be completely dead. But our Huns player kind of just not playing Huns properly. He's kind of like macroing. So maybe this guy doesn't really like to play aggressively. That's kind of my style as well. I'm pretty bad with Huns as well. But yeah, you really want to be the aggressor as Huns. He got kind of scared. I don't know. He could have he could still have killed you if you had just made 4. And you also stopped military, so yeah. Busy making spear and looking for scouts. Yeah. So in this game, big tip, wall a little tighter. Like, think about your walls before you make them. Do you really need to secure this wood line and this stone? No, not really. So, wall a little bit tighter. You're going to get the walls up earlier, because these walls are too late. You should be dead. 100% with this late walls. Also, scout better, so try not to push deer. Like, don't rely on pushing deer. You should really be trying to think about scouting a little bit more. Pushing deer is like when you want to go greedy, which, I mean, you kind of want to do as Burgundians, but you need to know how you're going to wall. If you're going to play greedy, you need to also play defensive. So you need to be able to wall effectively. Walling to TC, well, you connect the walls, though. If you connect the walls here, it's fine. You don't just wall with the TC, like, and leave it open. You just connect them here. It's fine. It's still... it's easier to repair. Obviously, it's like the sides. You just place your big buildings on the side. You make this all palisade. So yeah. Okay. But we had like a minute of idle TC at early Feudal Age, so that was putting you very, very far behind. So that was what really went wrong this game. And your opponent just starting to idle his TC now to get up to the Castle Age. So your opponent kind of playing really well in terms of, like, the macro aspect. The units, like, military strategy, kind of low level, but the macro, pretty solid from blue. So he's going to be up really fast. Actually, wait, what? Okay. I think he thought he clicked up. Maybe did he have it queued behind I think he had it queued behind something. Okay, well, he should have clicked up like 30 seconds ago. He had the res for it. But anyways. When your vills are 20% more efficient, it really hurts to idle. Yeah, true, true. Your vills are worth even more per vill, so you really don't want to idle. Wheelbarrow coming in. It's kind of late, I guess. Like, okay, so when there's no aggression and you just go stable, you should be up with generic Civ on like 33 no wheel. But you're going to be up on 34 plus wheel. So you're like 4 vills late. Mine and the idle TC. So 4 vills is like 100 seconds. A minute 27, that's 87 seconds. So you're like 180 seconds late, which is like 3 minutes. You should have been up about 3 minutes ago. He's missing the blacksmith. Oh yeah, that happens. When you open scouts and you miss the blacksmith, that's a classic. So yeah, you should have been up like 3 minutes ago. And then you could have boomed or something. But, I mean, you're going knights into, I presume, cav archers. There's the ranges, yep. He's making, why, dude, make the ranges here. Why are we making back production? That's where your farm space is, my friend. Put them here. Like, yeah, maybe he doesn't want to reveal them, but like, come on now. It's your Huns, you're going that. What are these walls? I love it. They're so bad, but they're so interesting. 33, no wheel. That's the timing for scouts. Like straight scouts, that's the timing for generic. You make a stable and you make 3 additional scouts with no deer push. You can go 33 no wheel. And that's like reasonable. Obviously, you probably need to go up like 1 or 2 more vills with wheel. Or like with Burgundians, because you get the bow saw, but still, it shouldn't be that late. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of going cavalry into cav archers, which was obviously going to be the play from Huns. So, yeah, I would have loved to have seen a bit more aggression in the Feudal Age, potentially. And as you said at the start, like, ranged units was going to be much better. This is a bit of a liability, this Palisade Gate, for our blue player. It's hard to wall behind, so if you get your knights here, you could potentially break in. And we're prioritizing +2 armor. I mean, is it necessary? Your knights aren't going to do anything against the CA anyways. I guess it's probably good, but yeah. It's just kind of yikes here. Oh, you stopped production. That's bad. Production. There we go. You gotta keep having production. You actually just don't have enough gold. Honestly, like, yeah, +2 armor could come in a little later because you're gonna run out of gold here. Maybe. This TC, you really want to secure an outer TC, like, on the gold. Look, your golds are out front. You can push away cav archers with this army. Okay, the armor ended up being good because now you can push them away, but you can push them away, and then what? If you don't build a TC on the map, it doesn't matter, right? So the idea behind these knights needs to be to push him away so that you can get a good TC location, like on the gold. But this TC location, it's not going to do you any favors. You're just going to get surrounded by CA. So yeah, he can't actually like just straight up kill these knights easily. He has to kite them or like run home. So you can push him away with the knights. But there's no point in pushing him away if you don't follow it up with like a TC here, right? So at this point, you kind of have to add in scorpions because he's starting to get a lot. Like, you need to go to his base, actually. His CA are here, right? His CA are here. You can't kill his CA because he's just going to run away. So what you need to do, you have armor. Try and sneak your guys, kill this gate, get in, and win. Basically, like, the moment he went up here, you send your guys forward. But you're trying to, like, hit his army, but you're at 1,400. People aren't going to just lose their CA for no reason. So, yeah. Basically, you just need to run around. And if he chases you, that's good. If he doesn't chase you, well, then you go... That's also good, because you just, like, kill his wall and get in. So, the worst thing you can do is just try and attack these. The best thing you can do is just run around. You want to keep eyes on them, but who's going to do more damage if they get in? The guy with CA or the guy with Cavalier that have +2? There's... Like, obviously, the guy who has Cavalier is going to do more damage if he gets in. Because, like, this TC just can't really kill them. Whereas the CA... They can't really run under the TC very well. So, yeah, the fact that he's chasing you is fine. You just need to be booming better behind this. So this third TC needed to come down a bit faster. And look, like, you made his CA go back here. Oh, wow, he's open. He's open. Ooh, but he's not open over here. He's gonna trap you. That's kind of insane. But look, that's the timing where you get the TC out here. You have to do things in a like one fluid motion. So like the CA push the the Cavalier push the CA back. Then you send the Vils here. You set your rally point here. So yeah, his main army's chasing you. So but if he sends reinforcements here, you also have the reinforcements here. And then you actually secure gold. But you're gonna run out of gold in this game. And actually, your guys are going to get trapped now. You probably have to target one of these. No, don't target that one. He's just going to repair. Oh, never mind. He's not going to repair. All right, never mind. That worked. All right. Sick. You're going to do some damage. Few down here. Few down here. Few down here. Split your units better. You need to split your units. Oh, there we go. Now we're splitting. That's what... Like, Cavalier are great because they don't have to stay together to do a lot of damage. Oh, no. Misclick. That's a bad misclick. I mean, you knew about this. You never knew about the lumber camp, though. But, I mean, you knew about the wood line, so you knew he should be here. So you kind of sent your guys to the wrong spot. But, anyways. You idled your TC a lot, but overall, the game is kind of even, I would say. But yeah, you could have easily... Once he was out of position with the CA up here, you could have just attacked this gate and won. Probably. We don't want to throw units now. I like the Scorpion edition because you just need some Scorpions now. It's really the only thing. Unless you're going to go for skirms or something. You really don't want to throw units, though. I guess we forgot about these guys. Well. That's too bad. You could get lucky. You could get lucky if you have, like, 4 guys... You don't want to ungarrison one by one, though. Also, this is not where you want to rally your guys at this point. He has, like, CA mass. You rally your guys in the base or, like, somewhere else. He has ballistics, so, yeah. Okay. You have 2? I would be tempted. Nah, nope. That's not going to be good. Oh, man. Your guys refuse to fire, too. No, 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 no. Oh. Nice repairs. Good repairs. You have to do that. That was good. Just keep making scorps. You got like 4 of them. You need like 4 of them though. You can't send one by one like this. No, this guy's gonna die. You need to get him back. That's so bad. No, you can't repair. He can 2-shot. No, 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 no. It's not time. He's taking damage, but he's gonna kill them. And now you're gonna die. You should have just let him come in. Then you wait till you have like 4. He's like overcommitted inside the base, and then you ungarrison. But anyways, well, he's taking damage. Careful. Walls. Ungarrison. In this case, you could ungarrison the Scorpion so that he shoots the Scorpion instead of the Vils. But, well, I mean, the Vils are all dead now. Ooh. Nice repair, but... Yeah, well, you needed, like, 4 Scorps. I think that's the magic number. Yeah, or, yeah, some more meat shield. Okay. Not the greatest. Not the worst, but, I mean, Huns is just going to keep pumping units. He's just going to keep making guys. Yeah, he has a lot of weak ones in here, which is good, but, I mean, you can't really deal with this. So, it's kind of stemming from going Knights against CA. But, yeah, look, you never got that TC on gold. Imagine you had a TC on one of these golds. It kind of protects the front a little bit better. And also, you have gold. But he can just completely take you off of gold now. And 1 mining camp efficiency is not going to be enough for what you need at this stage anyways. So, Mangonels take 2 damage per hit instead of Scorpions. So Mangonels only have 6 pierce armor, and Scorpions have 7. And Cav Archers do 8 damage, so that means 2 damage to Mangonels and 1 damage to Scorps. So Scorpions generally better against Cavalry Archers. Generally. I mean, obviously Mangos can do a big bada boom, but Scorpions tend to be more effective. You can get a big bada boom, but the Mangonels are a lot more expensive, so it's usually not worth. He snipes the farm. Yeah, I mean, at this stage, you're super dead. You're Omega dead. Like, he can do anything from here. Yeah. You have all this res, which you can't really spend because you can't make farms because he's just in your base. But imagine if you had spent this res on, like, skirmishers. You could have had skirms. Nothing wrong with going skirms. Okay, light cav, yeah, maybe. But light cav without bloodlines, no. Probably not gonna work, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna be too little too late. He's full boom. So it's kind of frustrating to play these games against Huns with the CA, because the CA feels so OP. But you do have to know he's gonna go for that and just kind of play crossbowmen. If he goes knights, then crossbowmen are like okay against knights. If he goes CA, well, crossbowmen are pretty good. And you can always add in skirms. Like, you could go knight skirm as well. You could open with skirm. And then once he transitions, because he's gonna, like, transition to something else from CA if you're going skirm, then you just add your own knights. So then it's like knight skirm versus some CA, and then he adds in knights potentially. Why are Expo good versus CA? Because you can hit them and the CA will die. They're not particularly good against them, but it's just a good opening to kill villagers and stuff like that. And then obviously the CA, like, when you get ballistics on crossbowmen, they can hit the CA. Whereas if you go knights, the cav archers just run away and you don't end up doing anything. Dropping 3 stables in TC is kind of odd. Well, with the really late Castle Age time, it ended up being okay, I guess. But the knights in early Castle Age did not really do their job. Basically, what happened in Castle Age was we just kind of sat around with the knights for a while. Like, the knights kind of just chilled. These 5 knights. See, like, they kind of go in a circle, and then they chill here for a while, and then they chill here, and then they kind of, like, still aren't really doing anything. So instead of trying to kind of, like, posture against the CA, they just needed to go here, or even, like, sneak in the back could have been good. But they were kind of standing around for, like, a minute and a half, so kind of missed the timing. And then, basically, like, cav archers are really strong in mid Castle Age, but they're weak in early Castle Age because you need to build up numbers. Knights are, like, fairly strong in early Castle Age because they have good stats individually. So knights, their time is early Castle Age, and mid Castle Age they're fairly good too, but CA is just better than them in mid Castle Age. Whereas if you go crossbowmen, they're insane in early Castle Age, like, insane. So yeah, anyways.